Yeah. What's up? Ice Coleon show, man. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get them likes up, subscribe, share this. Let's get this out there to the people. We got the OG coming, pulling up on a kid. You know what I mean? From the West Coast in the building. You know what I mean? Nate Dogg 716. You know what I mean? He gonna give us an exclusive interview, chop it up with us. He should be pulling up soon. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get them likes up in here, man. Drop the link. So everybody pull up. Mm. It's gonna be a good one, y'all. Tune in. Tune in. Yo, early was good. Salute. Get them lights up when I come ahead. Get them lights up, man. We're gonna have an exclusive interview with the big bro. Salute. What's good? Get them lights up. Big bro should be pulling up any minute. My man, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna give us that West Coast state of mind. School us, give us some game on what's going on out there. You know what I mean? Talk about his story and all that. Give his little spill. Salute early, salute. You know what I mean? Let's see. Get the lights up, y'all. Let me see what the big brother at. Beast, what up, Beast? Yeah, stay in tune. Ice on his show. Yeah, man, you know, trying to get this thing rolling. Trying to get y'all what y'all want to see, man. I want to see them exclusives. Okay, OG Nate. What's good, big bro? How you?
What's happening with you, bro?
Everything healthy. Just, you know, I'm trying to beat you. Top of the morning. But, you know, I wanted to give the people exclusive interview. Everybody get in tune with you out here. You know, it's the New York wave. New York, you know, there's a lot of New York.
Salute to the East, man. Salute.
That's a fact, you know what I'm saying? First thing I wanted to ask you, like, yo, let the people know where you from and all that.
Oh, I mean, first and foremost, my name is Nate Dogg 916. I'm from Del Paso Heights, California. That's a blood neighborhood in Sacramento, California. I'm 45 years old, so I done my stint. I did my shit. Now I'm out here trying to help my men. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help my youngins see a better way. You feel me? You know what I mean? They can still get money and not do it the retarded way. You feel me? But a little bit about me real quick, right? A cat banged out like 18 years straight in the California Department of Corrections. For those who don't know, obviously I got a YouTube channel, Nate Dogg 916. You can see it. You can check it on YouTube, whatever. But it's a whole lot going on, in this YouTube world, and some cats got to realize that everybody out here don't feel the same way. You feel me? You know what I mean? And that's why I'm glad we linked up.
That's a fact. It is a lot going on, like, you know what I mean? As you know, with the Nino Cappuccino and Killer Cav, Corey King, they going back and forth. Like, I feel like the West and East should like build unity and build the bond and get a connection and make this shit bigger than what it is. What you feel about that situation?
I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, man, a lot of OGs from every area be stuck in their old school ways, right? Like from no matter where they from, right? But at the same time, it's enough food for everybody to eat. You know what I mean? So I don't even understand why cats would even want to be on no kind of extra shit when it comes to homies. Like, if we all supposed to be homies, I don't care if you from Alaska. If you a homie, you a homie. If you address me like a homie and you treat me like a homie, that's how I'm gonna treat you, like a homie. Now, if you start acting like an op or start acting like an enemy, then like Killer Kevin say, nigga, you food. And then that's how you gonna get treated like.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's real shit. I salute that. So tell people what it was like growing up in Sacramento, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, so me personally, I'm a product of a biracial relationship. You know what I mean? My mom's was white, my pops was black, and we grew up. We was in the hood. My pops busted his nut and bounced out. So many stories we hear a lot, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But mom's held it down, as much as she could for a single white female living in a black neighborhood all her life. And the streets called louder than she could. You feel me? So, when I was looking for pops, when I was looking for male role models, I look to the homies in the hood. When I'm walking to school, I don't see cats in button-up shirts and ties. I see homies with gold chains on and lowriders and the music pumping and bad females standing around. So when I'm handing me cash saying, here, go get you some lunch money, go get you some lunch. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what I want to be like when I grow up. When I'm 10, 8 years old walking to school, that's all I see. Hey, come here, boy, get in. Let me take you to school. And you in a Cadillac with 4 prostitutes in the back, but you got love for me because you know who my mom's is already as a youngster. So, and then all my uncles are from my neighborhood. Like, we like 7 generations right now deep from my neighborhood. So it's like, coming up, it was like, it wasn't like I got to a certain age and then decided, oh, I'm going to be from my neighborhood. It was like I was born into my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, it was like off top. And it wasn't there wasn't nothing else for me to do but be from my neighborhood, And yeah, of course, cats had to put in work and all the stuff as years went by. But, it was more of I wanted to put in work than had to put in work. It's like, it ain't like nobody said, oh, you got to go do this. It was more like, hey, they did this. Oh, I'll go. It was more like that type of page, not no, oh, we got to see if you down. They knew from a youngster I was ready. They knew from 11, 12 years old, I was ready. What really, I know you was going to ask this question, so I'm going to go ahead and roll right into it. What really brought the older homies' attention to me was when I was like 12 and a half, I was walking with a little white friend of mine in my neighborhood, because don't get it wrong, Sacramento is not the same as every other neighborhood or every other city, right? We got a whole lot of mixing going on in our city. You know what I mean? So you'll be in a predominantly urban neighborhood, and you'll see Mexicans and whites, and blacks, Asians. We'll all be from the same gang. It might be a black gang, but you might have an Asian homie, a black homie, a white homie. It don't matter. We all fuck with it like that. Don't get me wrong, it's still, it's still some black shit. Don't get it fucked up. But we got homies that feel the same way.
It's out here like that too. It's like that.
So I'm walking with my young homie. I'm like 12 and a half. And we walking through the little, a rough part of our neighborhood. But to us, it's just our neighborhood. You don't think, oh, that's the rough part of the neighborhood. It's just our neighborhood. It's whatever. So we walking, and a Caucasian individual pulls up in a pickup truck, and he look at my friend. He don't say nothing to me. And he look at my friend, and he like, what you doing with this N-word? Right? So I'm looking at him, and I ain't gonna lie, this is a grown man, bro. I'm 12, but I'm still like, I'm looking at this grown man like, why is you messing with us? We 2 12, 13-year-old kids. Yeah, like, really, this is what you got to do with your time, right? So I don't say that, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm lightweight spooked. I'm like, what's this dude finna do? Right? So I'm looking, I'm like a little string bean ass kid. So I'm looking at him, and he looked at my friend and said, that's my friend. Don't call him that, right? And he cocked back and he slapped my friend, right? Yeah, I had procured a little hand cannon out my mom's drawer. She didn't know I stole it. I'm walking around. Right?
What you said? Say that again.
At this time, I'm just trying to play badass. I wasn't even really on that page yet. I just was like, oh yeah, I got a gun. Look. I didn't know what I was doing with it. I knew how to put a bullet in the chamber. That's all. I think it was a 22 or a 25 little pearl handle get down, right? And I got it. As soon as he do it, I'm spooked. I already got one in the chamber. I pull out and I just start pulling the trigger on him, right? So luckily it jammed, but he dropped before it jammed. So it hit him like 4 times in his chest, right? So, I'm scared to death, crying. We running, all the stuff. Take the gun, stick it back in my mom's drawer, spook, right? Unfortunately, the kid scared that was with me. I'm not going to say his name, but the kid who was with me got scared, told his mom about it, told his mom what happened. And his mom, seeing me as the bad influence, called the police and sent the police to my house. Because she was more on some, I'm going to turn in him before they come looking for my son. So, of course, when it happened, I didn't tell the authorities he was with me or none of that. I just went and you shot this man. You didn't kill him, but you shot him. He's in a coma. If he dies, you're going away for the rest of your life, all this other stuff, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm scared to death. Of course, I'm shaking like a baby pit bull. You know what I mean? I'm nervous. They take me to juvenile, all this stuff. And at 12 and a half years old, they charged me with assault with a deadly weapon. I'm not trying to act like I was a killer or none of that. Like I said, I was scared to death, but I knew that I had to stop this grown man from hurting my little homeboy. So that's what happened. But when I got out, the older homies heard about it already and was like, hey, that's the little youngster that shot, because it was in a known parking lot in my neighborhood. It's like a big grocery store parking lot. Everybody go there. So everybody heard about the shooting that happened in the parking lot, and it was some youngster. So they're like, I get out. Like, I think I got out like 5 months later. They sent me to a program in a facility. I think I got out like 5 months later. And it was like a cat, the old school cat coming home from prison. Cat's like, here, man, what you want? What you need? Come here. Come over here, youngster.
Good, yeah.
And me, I'm feeling like the man now, because now I got a little bit of rep. I'm only 13, barely 13, and now I got a little rep. Oh, you a shooter already. So it's like, oh, I mean, yeah. And, I just roll with it. And from there, I just roll with the hype. It just kept going up, 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 up every time it was on. Like, may he rest in peace, like Nip says. I was front line every time it was on. Like, okay, what we doing? Especially in my neighborhood, like, no cap. I'm born in 75, bro. So this is like 87, 86, 87, 88. And mixed kids is like, we just starting to pop off, right? So so I'm already the underdog in the neighborhood, because most of the homies is, all black, So the mixed kids, you got the jokes, the pretty boy, light skin, the this, the that. So I always felt like, just like a white homie in a black neighborhood, I felt like I had to go harder just to prove that, yeah, I was just as much with the stuff as you are.
That's a fact. So let me ask you this. Like, see, out here, the Bloods, like, it started from, like, a race thing in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so how did it start out there on the West? Like, how everything came together?
Okay, so Blood started out here, obviously in Los Angeles, right? And it started in Los Angeles it started because the Crips started their thing down there, right? So they started their thing initially to protect their communities from racist individuals. You feel me? That's how it started in Los Angeles. But then the Crips were getting a little too out of hand, and we're doing a little too much. So the Bloods, the original Blood dudes, after a couple brothers got jumped at a specific high school down there, decided that I can't remember the name of the high school right now, but I know 2 individuals got jumped at a high school down there way back in, I think, the 70s. And then a couple of the original Blood dudes that started Blood was like, nah, we're gonna have to start some stuff. They don't have to stop doing this. They can't do all this. And initially the Bloods started down there to defend each other and protect basically the Blood communities against what the Crips was doing, which was trying to take over all of Los Angeles at that time, right? And then, of course, the homies in my neighborhood caught wind, of course, because we was a whole other clique. We started out.
Yeah, go ahead.
We started out. I'm gonna let it go by. Okay. So we started out in my neighborhood is what's called Heights Hogs, right? So we was just banging our neighborhood, like not us, but generation before me. And before that, they was just Heights Hogs. First, there was a whole bunch of pimps, and you know how it go back in the days. Everybody rocking around pimping, zoot suits, all the crap, right? We had all the extra stuff, and then the homies started. We had the Cadillac boys, cats just all riding around in Cadillacs, and then came the Heights Hogs, and that was like the original crew from my neighborhood. Like if you was a Heights Hog, you was known. Everybody knew you was from the Heights, and that's Del Paso Heights. And that rolled over to, honestly, it started out as Crips in my neighborhood. It was Crips first, you know what I mean? And then same thing, some homies is like, nah, y'all ain't just finna do all that and get away with it. And homies like, well, we Bloods, we gonna be Bloods. So in my neighborhood specifically, nobody came from another city to start my neighborhood. We was already there. You know what I mean? That's why we don't got nobody else's name on our neighborhood. Our neighborhood is our neighborhood. It's Del Paso Heights 916. Like when we tag our shit, it's DPH 916. It ain't nothing else. You know, we got respect for all homies everywhere, but we didn't start from nobody else's shit. You know what I mean? Didn't nobody else? Sacramento niggas started our Sacramento hoods. You know what I mean? So it's that simple. But in our eyes, pardon me? I can't hear you. Nope. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Like I said, in my city. Hello? No. I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. So I'm live on Bruh Channel. Yeah. Yeah. So oh, like comments. Let's see.
Yo, yeah. Yo, yeah. Yo. There we go. Where bro go, man? Yeah, I'm back in the building, man. Y'all hear me clearly? Yeah, man. We had the homie Nate in the building, man. Hey, yo, Nate, pull back up for me, man. Just a sport. Oh, here you go. All right, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you clear now.
All right, everything good, right?
So like I was saying, didn't nobody else start my neighborhood? You know what I mean? Niggas from my neighborhood started my neighborhood. You know, people generations that was just tired of the bull crap. The same way it started down south, they might have. Don't get me wrong, they might have took the same playbook and for reasoning like, hey, you know, this is what started down there. Let's do it the same way they did it because that makes sense. Let's defend our own. You know what I mean? We're not gonna let nobody just come up in here and do whatever they want. So let's defend it. And it ended up being some bloodshed.
Okay. So I did my little research on you. You know what I mean? I found out you did like 17 joints. You know what I mean? Did a nice bid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listen, like, what was that situation like? You know what I mean?
All right, so you know, I'm out here moving, shaking, doing my stuff. You know what I mean? Procuring and issuing illegal substances, should we say? And I end up putting some stuff on front to an individual, and I was at a state and called him. It was like, look, I'll be back in the state in a couple of days, man. I'm gonna need that paper. And bro was, yeah, I got you, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll be there. So just have my money, man. And actually, dude was a Crip, right? He was a Crip from Rolling Six, as a matter of fact. And so I come home, and as soon as I get back to Stockton, which is right by Sacramento, I tell the homie, look, I'm gonna go back to the city real quick. I'll be back tomorrow. So because we had some other business to handle. So I smashed back to the city, which is my city, Sacramento, and bruh ain't there. Bruh's supposed to meet me there that night. Bruh ain't there. So I wait all night. You know what I mean? I'm sitting out there all night in the cut, in the car, waiting for him, right? Messing with little females. It's a little apartment complex, so I'm messing with little females and cats that know me. You know what I mean? And you know how you pull up on the block, you're just hanging out. So I'm hanging out waiting for this cat, right? he pull up, right? He pull up in a brand new car, right? That he didn't have when I left, right? And this set up the story of why I reacted the way I reacted, right? And he pull up in a brand new car, fresh fit, jump out with a, you know, like damn near a gallon of Hennessy in his hand, blunt in his ear, right? Blunt in his ear. And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, you got that? And he looked at me with a straight face and was like, yeah, I ain't got that right now, bro. So I say, all right, hey, look, because I'm not the type, I'm short tempered, but I try to control it at that time, right? I'm trying to control temper because I'm trying to think money instead of think temper, right? So I'm looking at bro, and I'm like, hey, man, when you gonna have my money, bro? Then he get an attitude, right? Like I'm in the wrong for asking him about my paper, right?
Yeah, I have all the time.
You hear me? So he hit me with the, you hit me with the, you get it when you get it. So I'm like, okay. So I get off, right? Of course, right? So as soon as he say that, I get off, right? Catch him with the two-piece, bam, bam. He fall. He jump up and run off, right? He tried to run up the stairs into the apartments, right? So I'm on his heels. He stopped to look back. My sister, I got a twin sister, right? She had the gallon of Hennessy didn't break. So she pick it up and she football throw that motherfucker at him, right? And it damn near bust his head. So he run up in the house. Now I know the apartment of the people whose house he ran into, right? So I'm on his heels. But before I can come around the door, I heard Nate, he got a gun, right? So I'm like, so I whip out, you know, I reach for mine because I got a piece on me. So I reach for mine. When I come through the door, he fumbling at the couch, right? But he too close to me to extend, right? So I just slap him with the pistol. So when I came in, I slap him with the pistol. He fall. I look. He got a little toy gun, right? So that makes me madder. So I'm like, oh, you playing with me? Oh, you playing with me? Oh, okay. So of course, I hit him about, I don't know, 8, 9 times, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, enough that it crushed all this and ended up then I started kicking him in the face, but it ended up putting him into a coma. And then my homeboy came running up the stairs because he heard it was popping, came running up the stairs and he grabbed me from behind and picked me up and took me outside because he didn't want me to kill the dude. So he took me outside, put me in the car, we smash off, right? Bruh, get on the stand. Bruh, not get on the stand because I didn't take it that far, but he gave a video statement to detectives, right? When he came out the coma, when he came out the coma, they had the cameras and everything right there and videotaped his statement. And he gave me, he said my sister threw the bottle. He was giving up all my organization that was going on in that area of Sacramento. Stuff they didn't know nothing about, he was giving up because he knew about it. And they end up having, like, at the end of the day, I'm thinking he died. I know they're looking for me. So I'm basically on a crime spree, bro. Like I'm doing what anybody that owe me money, I need that right now, or I'm coming and I'm coming heavy. I'm not coming nice. I'm not coming, can I have my money? I'm coming, give me everything now because you should have came and had my money.
Yeah, I need that right now.
I need everything. And if you don't have mine, when I see you, I'm stripping you for whatever you got. It's cool. But I wasn't stripping random people. I was only stripping people that owed me money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
$5 for you, man.
Yeah. So I go on a little spree, and eventually I leave out. I go to Oklahoma. I end up coming back to get my kid, to get my daughter, and they caught me. Somebody saw me drive by who was scary and called the police. He in the area. Because that's why I had to go to Oklahoma. Because every time I went back to that area, I was on the run for like 5 months, right? Every time I went back to that area, all of a sudden the police was showing up, right? Like deep, not even one, like deep, 5, 6, 7 cars looking for me. And I'm like, they setting up checkpoints, right? I'm like, how they know I'm here? Come to find out in my discovery after I got my case, after I'm in the county, like every time I went in that area, people were calling on me. Like even street niggas was calling them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
and no cap, they know who they are, and they still out of the niggas. But when they see me, now they're like, Nah, it ain't even about that now. I'm a professional now. Y'all go ahead and do what you do. I'm gonna do me.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
but I said all that to say this, that they end up offering. They were trying to give me 68 to life, and out here that's what like I said, I went on a crime spree, so they had all these other cases on me, and so I took the deal. I took the deal for what I did to bruh. I took a deal for 18. Well, I took a deal for 15 years, and then I ended up getting passed in the county for a little incident I did to a cat in there. Basically, they gave me another robbery in the county and extortion because a cat in there got some dope from me, and then he acted like he wasn't gonna pay me. So I went in his cell and took all his property. And he went to the tower. He went to the bag, the keys, and was like, "Hey, he robbed us. He took all of our stuff." And they came back. I'm telling you, you already know what the phone game. Cats do all this, but then when it comes time for the extracurricular activities, then it's like, he don't. And I never got on people for fun, bro. If I got on you, it was because you did something disrespectful to me.
Right. Right.
Since I was like maybe 14, I ain't did nothing to nobody that wasn't in my lifestyle. Like if you didn't have something to do with this, if you wasn't the opposite gang member, or if you wasn't in this drug life, I have no issue. I don't care. I wasn't the type walk down the street. What you looking at to random strangers? For what?
Let me ask you a question then? Because I'm from New York. Like I've never been to Cali or nothing, but I hear things. You know what I'm saying? So I hear like a lot of brown versus black, like the blacks versus Mexicans. It's like a war going on out there. Like what's that?
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's more of a Los Angeles thing.
In Sacramento?
Yeah, see, I'm up north. That's down south. That's I'm like 9 hours from Los Angeles, like to drive. Yeah, so it is really a thing. It's a big thing. Because there's so many and so many. They really be funking down there like that. Our Hispanics up here are a whole different game. Like down there, the Sureños, Southern Mexicans. Up here, they're Norteños, which is Northern Mexicans, right? But they function with us kind of, you know what I mean? They're not part of our crew, but they function with us. Most of them neighborhoods are parts of our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you from there, but that's inside my neighborhood. Down there, they got whole separate neighborhoods. Like the Mexicans is over here, the blacks is over here. And if we catch y'all over here, it's a problem. It's not like that up here.
So y'all mix and mingle up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And honestly, like a couple of my best, my best friends down up here is totally different.
Yeah, say that again. I didn't hear that.
I said my best friend is a Mexican. So as far as our get down on racial issues and stuff like that, like prison is one thing, and how we get down in prison is a total different idea of how we get down on the streets. Like I'm 45 years old, bro. Like I don't care what race you are, what color you are. If you a threat to me, then I'm a threat to you. That's when I'm a threat. Other than that, I'm not a threat at all. You know what I mean? As long as you're not trying to do nothing to me or mine, it's not a problem. I don't care what color you are, but no matter what you are, what color you are, if you try to step on my feet, I got to step back. I got to push back. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? But that racial shit, man, I mean, of course, we know what's going on in our society right now. And you know what I mean? And I'm going to put it like this, man. Black lives matter, period. Yeah. Period. And I honestly, like, I don't care who don't like it. If you don't like it, do your research and understand what Black Lives Matter means. It's not just about an organization that was started by somebody. A lot of people keep forgetting that Black lives have never mattered in this country. That's why Black lives have to matter. Right. That's why. Like white people, Mexican people, Asian people, whoever saying, well, all lives matter. Yes, but your life has always mattered anyway. That's what you don't understand. In this country, your life has always mattered. Mine never has. Never. Not even once has a Black life mattered in this country. I don't care was. Excuse my language. But I don't care who the president was. A black life has never been as important as our counterpart, no matter what race it was. You know? That yeah. 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 If me and you get in a fight on the street, they call the police. If two white boys get in a fight on the street, they break it up.
I seen that happen the other day. You know what I mean? I seen a situation happen where somebody had an argument and they was a different race, and the cops came and they just let it go. It was another race. They took the guy, they took him in the precinct. I was like, damn, like, that was the same situation.
I can't see your comments, right?
Yeah, they are. But I'm putting them up on the screen.
Hey, you just tagged the comment. Let me put that on my screen, on my computer screen, so I can see the comments, because somebody just asked a question and I want to answer that question. It was about how was it like being in prison and having hella Mexican homeboys? Where'd it go? How was it like in prison? Okay, I got it on my computer now. How was it like in prison, being that you had so many Latin homies? Because I heard it's segregated. All right, so just to clear that up, right? Like I said, the way we rock in prison and the way we rock in the streets are two different things. We can associate with the Mexicans in prison, the northern Mexicans. We can associate because most of us be from the same neighborhood, same city. But there's always that political line that we know we can't cross. You know what I mean? And there's an understanding, like, bruh, if it pop, you know what it is. If me and you grew up together and it pop, bruh, just stay away from me when it pop, because I can't look the other way. You know what I mean? It's just an unspoken rule. And if anybody else asks a question, hey, excuse me, I didn't have your comments up. I wasn't looking at the comments, but now I got them. So if bruh bring the question up,
I'm putting them all up on the screen. Well, we got questions.
I got it right here now on my computer behind my phone. But if you want it answered, then you put it on the screen, and then that's the ones I'll say something about.
Well, yeah, see, with the thing that's going on right now, like, you know what I mean, in the communities, like, you know, that the cops are shooting us down, you know what I mean, all kind of racial shit going on. Like, what you think as people, what we could do to, like, stop this, slow this thing down, and make it better?
Okay, look, I'm all for. Okay, let me be clear, right? I don't want to say the wrong thing, right? But first of all, don't be a victim. Let's be clear. Don't be a victim. Now, when I say don't be a victim, understand what I say first. Don't put yourself in the position to be a victim, right? If it come to you, deal with it accordingly. But don't put yourself in the position to be a victim. You know what I mean? You get pulled over by the cop, don't get all irate and shit. Just here, man. Because if you know you out of pocket, take his ass on a high speed then. Don't stop. You know what I mean? But if you know you're legal, man, it's so much easier, especially in what's going on right now. And this shouldn't have to happen. But cooperate, man. Look, here go my ID, man. Whatever. Here, do your job. Do your job. I don't got nothing to say to you, man. That's my ID. Run your shit. Do your thing. You know what I mean? But as far as the way shit is going on in our country right now, bro, in this country, man, and I say our country because we all live here. I don't know what you are. You here. You know what I mean? Born, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Just be ready. Like you know, my mentality is more of a combination of Malcolm X and Mark, right? It's like, I don't want no problems, but I ain't worried about it.
What you said?
My mentality is more a combination of Martin and Malcolm, right?
Okay, yeah.
I don't want no problems to pop off in my community or in my country, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. If it come, it come. I'm ready for whatever. You know, I don't want it, but I'm ready. You know, we gotta. The best thing you could do, and that's why I say don't be a victim. Don't be standing there and if somebody come to your house tweaking, talking about I wasn't ready. They came in the house and they had a knife or a pistol or whatever. Well, they got gun stores everywhere.
Yeah.
To the hood, get you
we gotta do, like, you know what I mean? We gotta like, you know what I mean, have our own shit. Like, gotta be like black owned businesses, like niggas that's gang banging. We gotta stand tall when that's type of shit. We gotta stop.
And my thing is, in prison we study, work out, practice, train, and everything for war when we go to the yard. Why y'all not doing this now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's going on. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, you should be out here in shape, teaching these cats how to react like the military, just to be ready. You know what I mean? Practice peace, but prepare for war. Always. Man, yeah. No, I wasn't in Calipad, Beast. No, I was in Centinela, though.
So let me ask you this. Like, what was like the worst shit you seen, like, in the jail? Like, you did 17 years, so I'm pretty sure your eyes came across a million shit, because, you know, I did 4 and I did a lot of shit. So
yeah, it was a whole lot of shit. Like, okay, so here, let me see. I want to make sure I give you something right. And okay, just so everybody know, man, I did 17 years in level 4, which is basically our maximum out here. Like, you don't go no higher for a mainline than level 4 in California. And that's where I spent all my time at, all of it. I didn't get to go to no lower levels, no camps, no dorms, no. I was always cell living behind the wall. That's what we call it, behind the wall, because there's no gates. So all behind the wall. That's the only time I did. CR in Centinela 2007. Wait, 2007. I think I was in New Corcoran in 2007. I think. That's when it was 270 yard. Was that the two? My bad. Somebody in your comments said something and it threw me off. So okay. So you said what's some of the craziest shit I seen? So, I mean, I've been in riots. I've been in melees. But I can tell you one of the funniest things I saw, because I seen so much crazy shit, bro. It's like it's like the crazy shit became normal, bro. Like, even to the point where, okay, I see one dude, we on the yard, and he just working out, all that. He doing pull-ups, all that. And somebody come up and they bust on him, right? What y'all call it? Shooting? But they stab him, right? They stab him. They hit him like 3. Huh?
They call that when you shoot a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got shot, right? So he got shot on the yard. Bam, bam. They hit him like 3 times from both sides, right? And he's trying to make it to the program office, right? They back up off him. He's trying to make it to the program office, and he fall. Bam, hit the ground, right? Guards see it and everything, and he just lay there. And he just lay there and bleed out, basically, right? And Cass is like, hey, come on, man. Hey, get white boys and Asians and shit. It was a white dude. They was like, hey, man, you got a man down out here, man. You know what I mean? And basically, bro just died on the yard. And his people was removing him anyway, you know. But some of the funniest shit I saw was I was in a yard called New Folsom Yard, right? It's in Sacramento Prison in Sacramento, right? And these 2 skinheads had came to the yard. And there's a rule on that yard I was on, C facility, that white boys can't be on that yard. It's a white rule, though. It's not black rule. It's not nobody else. It's a rule with the white people that white people can't stay on that yard. It's a no good yard for them, right? So, because they wanted all the white people on B yard, which is the war yard, where it was warring with the Mexicans and the blacks, right? So they wanted all the white boys over there. And if you stayed on C yard and you didn't try to get over there, then they looked at you as not good if you were white, right? So 2 skinheads end up transferring into that yard, and they came out the first day and they seen a white dude on the yard. They looking for it. And the rule is within 30 days, I believe, you got to take off on somebody, black, a white that's been there, something. You got to get off the yard. You got to go to other yard. So they come on the yard and they seen this white boy, man. The white boy seen him coming, though. And they try to get on him. Bruh, I swear to you, for 10 minutes on the yard, they was chasing this dude. It's like they was chasing the dude and the police was chasing them, basically in circles around the yard. And that was, that's what are your thoughts about the facts? I ain't talking about that dude. Yeah.
Ain't jacking that, big boy. Ain't jacking that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, and if you come to my channel, salute Nate Dogg 916. Hey, I don't talk about rats. I don't talk about child molesters. Period. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't. Hey, I don't care if they got 40 billion followers. I'm not finna be one.
That's what's going on now. They trying to like, water this shit down and make that cool, make that a cool
Like,
thing.
like you say when you be coming on your lives, man. No bozos, man.
Bozo
No bozos.
Bozo free, man. Yeah, man. So, man, what's up? Like, get the people some Jews, man. Talk to them.
Let me see. I'm looking at what they talking about. What is it? Were you ever in a situation? Oh yeah. Well, okay. So somebody just asked the question, like, did it ever go down between you and the homies? Yeah, for sure. With the northern homies, yeah. So we was on the yard one time, and a dude decided. Well, I can tell you a good one actually that I never put right. So we had a homie that was in the hole with him. Huh?
Get the likes up, y'all. Good.
Yeah, get the likes up, man. Y'all want a story? Get these likes up, man. How we only got 1 like and 20 people watching? What's going on?
Lights up,
Let's
man.
go. Yeah. Talk nice, man. You know what bruh say? Talk nice, man.
Nice, Bozo free. Get them likes up.
Yeah.
What you say, OG?
I like that. I've been using that. I stole your shit. I've been using that. Talk nice. I like that.
You good, man.
Yeah. Because you don't want to do nothing but talk nice to me. We gonna have a problem. Just talk nice, man. I'm gonna talk nice back. I'm good with that. Yeah, but also we in the hole, right? We was in the hole for doing some more work on the yard. You know what I mean? Like Killer Kev will say, we was eating because that's what we supposed to do. We eat when there's food. So we in the hole again. And it's a homie gambling with the Crip, right? And hey, you can gamble with the Crip. That's not against the rules, but understand there's politics involved. You got to pay this dude if you lose, or you can start some stuff, because it ain't no head ups. Ain't no head ups like that, not in the hole, right? So, bruh send a kite, the Crip send us a kite saying, hey, bruh owe me 6 books of stamps. So that's like $60, right? At the time, right? So, who brought me home? Hey, we don't get brought home in my city, man. Hey, hey, I'm 6 generations, almost 7 generations deep from my neighborhood. But my older homies did put me up, make sure that I knew that I was ready for whatever. We do heart checks, man. We don't do you ain't gotta get put on. You gotta come up in my neighborhood. You can't just come and get put on my neighborhood. Yeah. Everybody from my neighborhood is from my neighborhood. They didn't come here from nowhere else. None of that. You from my neighborhood to be from my neighborhood.
So a nigga, say if a nigga from another block, he can't bang that same hood from that block?
Nope. Nah. And hey, I understand it's like that everywhere. People do that a lot, but not in Sacramento. Not in Sac. Everybody that's really respected and recognized from their neighborhoods, they from them neighborhoods. That's where they grew up. That's where they was sandbox at. That's where everything. You can go back. Oh, I remember your auntie, your grandma. All that. We all like that. We all grew up out here. I mean, nobody came from nowhere else to and just got put on the neighborhood. And if they did, I mean, it's 2020. In my generation, we didn't do that. You had to be from the neighborhood to be from the neighborhood.
That's more structured out there.
Yeah, but so the boy sent us a kite saying he owe him 6 books of stamps. So we like, all right, we send boy a kite. Hey, fishing lines going to sell on the tier. You know what I mean? Because that's how we communicate. I don't know how y'all do it out if y'all do the fishing and all that out there, but yeah, we fish.
Yeah. Fish. Yeah, they do the same shit.
So we fish down the bruh. We fish down the bruh like, hey, you gonna pay, dude? What you gonna do? What's happening? And he like, yeah, I'm gonna pay him, right? So we send him another kite, like, listen, either pay him or when you go out to the yard in the morning, take off on him. So if you don't pay him, you gotta start. You gotta start the bullshit because it's gonna be some bullshit. So when we go out to yard, just go ahead and take off. Don't even wait. Because we don't, okay, so we in AdSeg, administrators, we in a hole, right? So the way they release yard, they come down the tier from the top. So they start at like 210 and they walk down the tier. One cell, they'll escort that cell out. Then they'll get the next cell escorted out. They'll come like 8, 10 officers deep and escort like 5 cells at a time, right? But only one person can go out on the yard at a time, or one cell. So if this dude is out there and you're in the cell next to him, it's going to be just you and him out there. We don't have to make this no big melee. Just take off on him. And then when we get out there, they're going to stop it. You're going to just have your head up fight. And it don't have to be no riot. We get out there, he ain't did nothing, right? So me and Marcelli go to talk to him. Marcelli go talk to the dude, because Marcelli was my older homie at the time. He go talk to the dude that was owed money. He was like, what's up? You get your money? Dude like, nah, man. I'm like, okay. We like, okay. So I'm standing by the other dude looking at him, a homie, right? And it's rules to this shit. You can't just be a homie and do whatever you want, man. It don't work like that. It don't work. You're not gonna put the whole car in danger because you want to do shit that's against the rules, right? So okay, we don't do foul shit. We don't steal from people. We don't do none of that. You know what I mean? If we take it, we gonna take it like a man and slap you in your mouth, like what's happening. You know what I mean? It's different. You know, you don't steal though. You know. So we tell dude, we like. My homeboy, I really when I was in prison, man, I was really like, I didn't really want to do the politic talking part of it. Like, I'm good. I don't want to talk. You talk to the older homie. I was like, you talk, because all I want to do is punch this nigga in the face. You know what I mean? And not to be on no black on black violence shit, but we are talking about an incident that happened in prison, right? So, I'm just looking at dude. I got my towel around my neck and my jumpsuit on, and the older homie like, hey man, and he trying to be political with me, like, look, man, you got to get this dude these stamps. If you ain't got him, we can help you out. If that, and dude, like, man, I ain't giving him nothing. Then, well, why you ain't go take off on him then? Man, I ain't got to do nothing y'all say, right? Oh, you ain't got to do nothing we say. And then my older homie, like, well, bro, you just gonna have to go tell the police you got to get off the yard then, right? He trying to let him go the nice way, right? And the brother. He looked at my homeboy like aggressive, like, nigga, what you say? As soon as he said that, I just took off. Like, nah, we done talking. No, we done talking.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
I let the OG do his part. You did your part. Now, he ain't agreeing with you. He think he can beat you up. So I'm going to show him he can't beat me up. So I just rush him. We get to whooping him. He tried to run away from me and run towards the OG, and the homie got on him, bam, bam, so he had to come back. Whatever, the police shoot the gun, and then they shoot the block gun, hit me, and that's how they got me to stop. They bounced the wood blocks up off the ground and hit me in my undercarriage, I'm gonna say, right? And that stopped me, right? So I back up, squat down, you know what I mean? I'm just watching him, and it's smoke on the yard because they throw the smoke grenades out there, right? So I'm just watching him, like, yeah. And he's like, you ain't did nothing. I'm like, okay, well, come back over here then. Let's get it some more. And then they end up coming out. They make him back into the triangle, and they take him to the thing. And it's like, you roll it up, you go PC, protective custody, but you steady talking about how we did you wrong. Like, come on.
Nigga checked in.
Because the first thing we did is send word back out to the main line. Like, hey, he not from our hood, but he a homie, and he did this, blah, 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 blah. And they already had a green light on him. The homies was already, all the homies from everywhere was like, nah, this dude is foul. He can't put the whole car in jeopardy because he wants to steal.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. That's why when you bringing niggas in your whip, like, you got to know who's who, man, because that shit could make you look bad at the end of the day, man.
And no disrespect to the homie, but the homie wasn't from our neighborhood. You know, he wasn't even from our city, but you know, like I said, he was a blood, so motherfuckers knew they couldn't just do nothing to him, and we wasn't gonna get involved because everybody that was in AdSeg with us knew who me and Marcelli were. You know what I mean? They didn't know this dude, but they knew us, and they knew that we ready for whatever, all the activities, whatever y'all want to do. Yeah, we could do that.
Hey, yo, for those that don't know what AdSeg is, like, tell them what that is. Like, it's real in AdSeg.
It's administrative segregation. So when you hear people say the hole or whatever, is in California, AdSeg is the hole. That's the hole. So if you hear me say ADSEG is the whole. And so basically in prison out here, it's like this. You can relate it to society, help people, break it down for people, right? So if you look at the public out here, regular, we out in public, right? That would be the main line in prison in California. That would be the public. Now, if you go to county jail out here in prison, that would be going to ADSEG. Then and then after you go to county jail here in the real world, then you go to prison from the real world, right? After you get your sentence, right? In prison out here, after you get your sentence, you go to the SHU. So the SHU. So if you hear somebody say they was in the SHU, that means they got their term for whatever they did, and they had to go serve it in the SHU. But if they're just in ADSEG, they don't know if they're getting a term or if they're going to get released back to the main line or if they got to go do a term.
So what's like the worst prison out there? Like, what's the one that's like everybody be like, yo, that right there is
well, okay, so you got like 4 or 5 that are like the worst ones you don't really want to have to go to if you don't have a choice, right? Pelican Bay, obviously everybody's heard of Pelican Bay. Pelican Bay, High Desert, Calipatria, and Kern Valley. Yeah, Calipat and Kern Valley. Those are like 4 of the worst prisons in this state. 2 of those are up north, real up north, and 2 of them are way down south. But and the 2 up north ones got a lot. Oh, Salinas Valley popped too, but yeah, it's not the worst, but it popped too. But the 2 ones up front, up top, are full of white boys, are full of racist white boys. The 2 down south are full of Southern Mexicans.
So you get sent up there, you're gonna have a lot of trouble, man. They're gonna be wailing.
Oh, either way, if, like when I was in High Desert, we was at war with the whites. When I was in Pelican Bay, we was at war with the whites. I got homies when they were in those prisons down there, Calipat, they was at war with the Mexicans. When they was in North Kern, I got a homie in North Kern right now. I just talked to him on my live on Facebook the other day. He talking about they just got off a riot. No, I didn't go to Calipat, Ian. Yeah, Dirty Weather did, I think. Yeah, High Desert was cracking when I first went there. I went to High Desert in 1997. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how you became a gang member? Like you just woke, like was born in it, or you met a big homie? He said, "Yo,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, so we hanging around, we out in the neighborhoods with the homies. You know what I mean? And eventually, homies was like, "Man, you little niggas is always around, man. What you niggas? What's happening? What is y'all doing?" And me, I'm chilling. They was talking to my other homies, right? They really wasn't talking to me because, like I said, I'm like 6, 7 generations, so everybody already know me, right? So talking to the homie, actually, the same white dude that was with me during the shooting was there, right? And the homie Ant was there. I can say his name because I'm gonna end up doing an interview with him anyway. Ant was there. My homeboy Ben and my homeboy Rich was there, and they was squabbing with each other. Ant and Ben, like just on some heart check shit. And then the other homie Rich was like, "Man, what's happening with you niggas? You niggas act like y'all want to be from the hood. Let's see what you niggas working with, right?" And the homies was like, bro, you 19, we like 14, 15. We not fighting you." And me being like basically kind of like the leader of my little crew was like, I hopped up, like, "I'll fight you. What's happening?" And I rushed him, right? No cap, I rushed him. Pat, pat. And that's all I remember, dog. That nigga must have whooped. Hey, no bullshit.
He probably put the hands of God on you.
Yeah, he put that grown man shit on me, right? It wasn't nothing I could do. I ain't gonna front, but I ran into that nigga 5 years later. Yeah, and I got my run back. Yeah, and it went my way that time because now I'm not 14 and skinny no more. I'm 6'2" and 200 pounds when I run back into him.
Steps your game up, got your weight up out here. I mean,
yeah, bro, you remember me, right? Oh yeah, you the little homie. Nah, nigga, come on, let's go outside. Let's go outside, nigga. I need that. You gave me my worst L, nigga. I need that back. Only way to get that back is I gotta whoop you. So,
so talk about something that's the gang culture out there in the West that people don't really talk about and don't really know about, like that they don't
I
really
mean,
put out there.
what from my generation, what people don't realize from my generation is like it's like pretty much forbidden for us, like in our neighborhood. Nah, I was a K number beast. Um, excuse me, sorry about that. Somebody asked me was I P. No, I was a K number, bro. I was before the P's.
What's that? What's
But
that right there? What's the
it's,
K?
over there, you guys call it a DOC number, right?
Oh, okay, all right, that should not get.
Yeah, we call it a CDC number out here. It's they start with letters then numbers.
Okay, so what's the difference between the letters, like P, C, like what that means?
Well, the letter can tell you what year when they came into prison. You could tell how long they've been in prison or when they got that number at least. Because you can get a B number, which means you was in prison way back. But
yeah, it's like that. It's like that out there too.
That just means you got that number back then and never gave it back.
Okay.
But what people don't realize from my generation, at least, I only can speak for mine, is that we have basically a no hands policy with homies. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to do nothing to homies. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do nothing to homies unless you talk to somebody about it first, and they gotta be super foul. It can't just be no, oh, the homie fucked my bitch, so I'm gonna fucking kill him. What? What? He's crazy as fuck. That's the homie. It's like we in an army and you want to kill another soldier for nothing. We need all the soldiers we can get in this battle of war. You know what I mean? Ain't no, if like I even was let's say this.
Say that again.
So okay, so first time I almost got in trouble in my neighborhood because an older homie, I was like 16 and the homie was like maybe 30, right? And we was out chilling and I had sex with the dude baby mom, right? But I didn't know it was his baby mom, right? And it was just a bad chocolate piece and I was like, what's popping? Did my thing. He told her about it and I'm the young fly homie in the hood at the time. He older kinda and he kind of backed up chilling and he was mad. So he see me on the block, he hop out, hey, let me holler at you, homie, just like on some normal shit, right? And he like 6'3", like 260, 280 pounds, right? And he walk up, get close to me, he fire on me, right? He dropped me, I got the little snub nose 38 in my pocket, right? So my first reaction was like, he dropped me, no cap, he dropped me, right? He dropped me, oh shit. So I shoot him in his leg, right? So I shoot him in his leg, I hop up, and I'm going to shoot him in his face. Unfortunately, my mindset was fucked up. So I'm going to shoot him in his face, and the homie's like, Nate, that's the homie, you can't do, what are you doing? Don't. And I'm like, man, woo! And then I just left, and then we got called to a little homie meeting by a couple of my uncles and some other OG homies and to tell what happened. And because, of course, Brian just went to the hospital. And came to the meeting, and I told him what happened, and he ended up getting taxed. Because you hit the homie, you hit a young homie because of a female? Like, that he didn't even know was yours? I didn't even know that was your girl, bro. What is you talking about? And you gonna put your hands on me? Nah. But then I end up getting in trouble in prison when I first got to prison because I attacked a homie. But okay, let me be clear. In my generation, on the streets, the no hands policy was homies from our neighborhood. That's it. So if it was a homie from another neighborhood, there's no hands policy with them on the streets. Yeah. So I'm thinking when I'm in
only amongst your set.
Yeah. So when I'm in Tracy, which is the reception center, first prison, they figure out where they're gonna send you and stuff, right? And I go to the chow hall the first day. I'm sitting at the table. This is when they still got metal trays, right? So I'm sitting at the table. I'm a youngin'. I'm 21, about to be 22, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm watching my food. And there's a dude right here, and a dude straight across from me. And it's a youngster right here, another youngster sitting next to me. And an older kind of older dude right here, kind of big dude, lightweight, and too big for me, no cap. But he talking shit to dude across from him, right? And he like, yeah, man, I'll take that shit off your tray. And he reached across and took something off the dude's tray and put it on his tray, right? And I'm trying to mind my business, right? Because homies told me, just mind your business. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, stay out of it, right? But inside, I don't think right. And I do a little like this. I go, like a little laugh, but I look down, right? I'm like, and the nigga look at me, the big dude, he say, what you laughing at? And I just was like, what's up? He's like, what you laughing at, nigga? I'm laughing at what the fuck I want to laugh at, man. What is you talking about? He was like, oh, you thought that was funny? I thought that was funny that you took something off that grown-ass man's tray. Yeah, I thought that was funny. He was like, I'll take something off your tray. I said, blood, hey, don't play with me, man. That's gonna be the last thing you ever do if you touch something on my tray, nigga. And you know, and then man reached over and put his hand on my apple.
Then it got nasty after that.
I grabbed that tray, wrapped that motherfucker around his whole face. I basically grabbed a tray and slapped him with it, knocked him off the. And I told you he was too big for me, so I can't fight you. I gotta get on you and stay on you. I can't let you get up. We gonna square up. Nah, you too big for all that. So as soon as he fell off the back of it, because there's no backs to the stools, he fell off the stool. No. And then they hit me with the billy club and sprayed me, pulled me off, but then I got in trouble for attacking a homie.
He said, I heard Tracy is basically like no man's land if you with blood.
Nah, that's our reception center. That's the Northern Reception Center. That's I mean, I don't know about the main line because the main line ain't level 4 there, but the reception center, that's the up north reception center. It's more blood there than anything.
Oh, let me ask you a question too. He said, did y'all have women in y'all separated work? OG.
Oh, we had homegirls that was with the shit. Don't get it fucked up. But I mean, you know, they did their shit. You know, if they caught Keyway home, if they caught Crip homegirls or shit like that, they get it popping. You know, or we always had homegirls. I got a cousin named Tora that I ain't had no problem if it was a problem out in the hood, or Dion. Matter of fact, the homegirl Dion, she was really with the shit. Anytime it was a female issue, we just called the homegirls like, hey, handle that, man. Go handle that. And yeah, they definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I got one homegirl that was with the shit, like a dude named Kim Blood. She all her life. I mean, she a gay homegirl, but she was with the shit. Like I'd take her with me over some homies if we was going to put in some work. But she didn't. She was on some New York shit. She'd keep a razor in her mouth, all the shit. Like she was always ready. Always.
She keep the gym star in her mouth, man. Razor shit.
Yeah. Hey, she stayed ready with the. Yeah, what's happening? Yeah, let's do it. Anytime she would fight dudes, it didn't matter. And she was a little female, but her brother is like a super reputable Crip from my neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So he put it pay. So she had both sides of the Crip. Yeah,
she a blood, he a Crip, but he's super reputable, just like she reputable.
They want to know is Nino is the big homie out there in Cali or something?
Nino is from Bounty Hunters. You know what I mean? He from Bounty Hunters. I'm not from Bounty Hunters, so you can't be my big homie. You know what I mean? All my big homies is from Del Paso Heights, California. You know what I mean? I don't got no big homies from other cities. I don't got no big homies from other states. I don't got no big homies from nowhere but from my neighborhood. You ain't my big homie if you're not from my neighborhood. You a homie, respect. If you're an OG, I'll give you respect. But I don't got no big homies unless you're not my big homie unless you're from my neighborhood. You can't tell me personally nothing unless you're from my neighborhood. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is.
How did you like? Cause you know every set got their little story on how they shit started. How did your set form? Like how did that all come about?
Well, I mean, like I said, like everybody we just basically there was Crips in our neighborhood. The older homies, older than me, basically we had Crips in the neighborhood, and they just felt like we not finna be with y'all with, so we gonna start our own shit. The same way it happened down south. Like, we not Crips. Like I said, it's still one single line of Crips from my neighborhood. Like, one, it's not a lot of them, but the ones they got, I ain't gonna no cap, they with the shit. You know what I mean? From my generation at least. I don't know if they're even getting down no more. But for my generation, they was with the shit. But the homies that was high talks decided that they kids decided we don't want to be high talks. We don't want to do what y'all do. So we gonna be good. We gonna start our own shit. I mean, we from Del Paso Heights. It started out when Cass was just saying they was from the Heights. And then later it transitioned to, oh, y'all Crips, well then we Bloods. You know what I mean? It's like we don't have a constitution in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? We just from our neighborhood. We all know the rules of the streets. Don't get me wrong. The ones who know, you know, we study our history of our neighborhood. You know what I mean? And we even study, don't get me wrong, in prison, we study everything. You know, we study Black history. We study other Bloods history. We study other Crips history, Mexican history. We study everything just to be knowledgeable. You know what I mean? But that's just tactics. That's war tactics. Because when you know what everybody else's shit is, you know what they can and can't do, and you know what they will and won't do. You know? But that's strategies of war right there. You know, you want to know how the enemy thinks so you can know how to react to him.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, me in my car, like, I say is my ilk because it's cats from other cars that think like me. You know what I mean? And not everybody from my hood think like me though. My mindset was, we got to know everything. We got to think like militant, but be smart about it. Be intelligent about it. Know the weaknesses. No, it's not always attack. Sometimes you got to set all these pieces in place. Like chess. He might think he's winning, but he don't know. I got him lined up for the checkmate, period.
Right.
You know?
Right. Chess. That's what I tell dudes. I play chess all the time, man. Like,
yeah. It's bigger than rap, man. It's bigger than rap. But my main thing I try to tell people now, bro, is like, I'm from my neighborhood. I'm gonna be from my neighborhood till the day I die. Let's not get it misunderstood. But I'm not a gang banger. I'm not going out in the streets wearing a flag out my pocket, chasing the damn crib, selling drugs. I got a regular job, bro. Like, I do my job, and I do this to try to show youngins, my young niggas, that you can still be with the shit and be willing to defend yourself and ride and stand up for your beliefs and your morals and not have to go sit in prison.
Right.
You don't have to, that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm still me. I can't turn this off. This is just me. If you see my channel, I'm the same way on my channel all the time. In person, I'm the same way. This is it.
Let me say, like, we need more like big bros like you, because it's a lot of like big homies out there that's misleading the little niggas. Like, they putting guns in their hand, they putting drugs in their hand, they sending them on missions.
Yeah, see, that's one.
And they going to jail, and they just leave them niggas stinking like they don't even fuck with them like that.
They don't take care of them. Like, I had a motherfucker put a sack in my hand when I was 12 and a half, man. Put a pistol in my hand. So I understand the fucked up mindset that we rolling with to think that's okay. Me, I'd rather hook you up with a job than give you a sack of dope. I'd rather get you into a job or teach you a skill or something else. Oh, you think you a good fighter? Well, let's go to this boxing gym and teach you how to really fight so you can go fight. That's what you like to do. Don't walk around fighting all the time. Excuse me. You want to fight the right way. Get paid for it. Yeah. Yes. You have to, but let's make some money off of it. Let's let you survive and not have to go out to these streets and sell dope. Because this is the generation of the rats, man. All these cameras and all this other shit. You might get away with it for a little while, bro, but they gonna get you, man. Even that, if you listen to this right now, that nigga sitting next to you, or one of them niggas, if there's 5 homies, one of them niggas gonna be a rat before he die.
That's a fact, super facts. Read that question right there. This is a good one. I like this question right here. You got.
So how would you say the game is today as far as the codes from your generation? Do the youngins still live by these codes, or is it Wild West like everywhere else? Hey, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like, it's more okay. So it's more some click shit, right? I still think it's codes, but it's more isolated to their little cliques now. You know, I still believe in my city, at least. I believe that like it's not hood codes no more. It's they clique codes. They still honor the same kind of codes, but they've isolated it strictly to their little cliques. Like yeah, we from the Heights, but we this clique right here, and we'll funk with anybody else from the Heights. It don't matter as long as it's not nobody else. In my generation, we didn't do that. You know, we had two little cliques in our neighborhood that funked with each other. But I'm from the Heights. I'm from a street. I'm not even gonna bang that because that's not what I banged. I banged in my neighborhood, not the street. You know, but there's a couple little cliques that started back in the days where cats was just banging their street, and they would funk against each other. Like, nah, I don't believe in that. But I just understand that progression happens and people start to think in a different way. You know what I mean? So you got cats, they bang their cliques. You got the homie out there in the South, the rapper Mozzie. Shout out to Mozzie. You know, they got their whole little Zilla clique. You know what I mean? And they got Zilla clique, but they hood is like, if you from their neighborhood now, you damn near part of their clique. It ain't no more just their neighborhood. You know? So that's got so big that everybody from that neighborhood is basically, oh, thank you, Lady Asaya. Shout out 916 all day. Yeah, so basically their whole neighborhood is their clique now. So that's how big it expanded. Yeah, Oak Park. Yeah. See, Beast know. Beast must be from Sac. He know a lot about Sac in California.
Beast talking that talk, like, no, man.
Yeah, everything he's saying, it sounds like a whole bunch of California shit.
Yeah, when I put it up, he came in here was like, yeah, that's the OG. He shouted you out.
Yeah. Salute. Hey, I appreciate you, Beast. I hope you go subscribe to my channel, bruh.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to bro.
Now that hip hop culture. Hey, no. Okay, wait, what did it say again? Damn. Now that hip hop culture is the new pop culture, has that watered the streets down? Nah, no chance. Hey, look, what y'all see on TV ain't what's going on behind the scenes, man. Behind the shit, the streets is still the streets, believe it. And the shit you see on TV would not go down in the streets. That shit you see, all that hee ha, yeah, you can do this and get away with it and all. They not going to the streets unless they got security and daylight. Tell them to go live at 2:00 in the morning in the hood at the hood park. Do that. You want to impress me? Go at 1:00, 2:00 in the morning to your neighborhood and go to where your homeboys be at the neighborhood park or the neighborhood liquor store where they be outside at. Then I believe you. Other than that,
there's a lot of niggas saying the streets is a myth, man. Like, I don't believe that though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You better go look at the roster of Rikers Island. Go look at the roster of Sacramento County Jail. Go look at the roster of the county jails in all these cities. Obviously, the streets is still popping, or they wouldn't be so fucking full and overpacked.
Right.
It's these cats that people looking at in the hip hop industry that ain't going to jail. You killing everything, but you ain't going to jail.
I'm a muted, man.
Okay, so you either just rapping or you telling. It's that simple. Or you locked up. You know, those are the only three things. You either telling, just talking, or you locked up. That it's not hard to figure out. You know what I mean? The streets are definitely not a myth. I promise you. I promise. Look, last night, you can hear me though, right? Okay, last night, not even 5 blocks from where I'm at, 2 motherfuckers got shot down. Not even 5 blocks from here. One got murdered, one got hit twice. So the streets is still popping. Don't get it fucked up. It still go down. It's still cats out here. Unfortunately, this is the stuff I'm trying to help change, but it's still going down.
So what you feel like?
Okay, but I can't barely hear you. You keep going in and out.
Yo, what you feel like? What we could do to change this situation, like the shit that's going on in our communities and shit like that?
I did. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me answer this question again. I did an interview on my channel be Nate and do an interview and make a video in Oak Park. I did an interview for anybody who knows about Sacramento and Oak Park. Somebody just said something. That's the opposite of my neighborhood, right? So it's Del Paso Heights and Oak Park. It's the two biggest neighborhoods in Sacramento. You usually don't catch people from the Heights in Oak Park just hanging out chilling. So for the record, to show you the type of shit I'm trying to do to answer your question and his question at the same time is, and trying to get people to think differently, is I went out to their big park. Like I was just saying, go out to a park where the niggas be at. If you want to impress me, go out there where the niggas be at. In your own neighborhood. I went out to Oak Park in their neighborhood and did an interview with a reputable nigga from their neighborhood in their park while they was all out there. You know what I mean? So I've already done that. Go look on my channel. It's an interview with Primo. Nate Dogg interviews Primo on my channel. Yeah, he an OG reputable from Oak Park. You know what I mean? So what we got to do is we got to keep promoting positivity between each other. You know what I mean? And when you see a youngster about to do something stupid, don't just say, "Oh, that ain't my problem." Talk to that nigga. Say something to that nigga.
He's scared.
You know what I mean?
They scared because he a wild boy.
Yeah, don't just, because when I was wild and young, motherfuckers be like, "Oh, we can't tell him nothing." Well, maybe you could have if you would have tried. You know what I mean?
That's why I do it, because I remember me as a kid. I was wild and young. I never had that person to be like, "Yo, do this, that, and the third. Give me your guidance." You know what I'm saying?
Imagine, like, so you respect Killer Kev, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so just imagine if you was wild and he was like, "Hey man, come here, man. Come here. Nah. Hey, look,
I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah, because you already respect them. So we got to use our platforms with the people that know us and respect us. Listen, I did that. You know I'm about that. You know I done that. That ain't it, bruh. That ain't it. You know what I mean? They got a box for your ass, whether it's a cell or under the ground. There's a box waiting for you if that's the life you want to choose. Let's get there as old men, not as teenagers, man.
Right.
That's simple, man. And I'm telling my niggas every time I'm in my neighborhood damn near every day, bro, if I'm not at work. I go to my neighborhood. You know what I mean? I just don't put all that shit on social media and all that, because some of my niggas I be hollering at is on the run or committing crimes, or so I'm not gonna even ask them niggas to get on camera. But I go out there and holler and let them see. Look, bro, this is what we can do. You see what I'm doing? Y'all know how I was out here. There's not no mystery. People in my neighborhood know me. Like, this is what I'm doing now. Cats is surprised because really, bro, I was so wild that nobody ever thought, one, that I was getting out of prison, two, that I could ever have any life other than the hood life.
That's a fact. Oh, man.
Because the hood life was good to me. It was good to me. So why would people think I was gonna do anything different?
So that's what we need. Like, we need like more, you know what I'm saying? More of that, because like they're gonna listen to you because they know that you've been through it, you did it already, you know what I mean? And they respect you as a real dude. So they're gonna listen to a nigga like you instead of, they have, say, like, you know, the juvenile jails, like the youngins that's wild and they in the juveniles, like the OG chop it up. They're gonna listen to a regular white dude that come in there that never been about that. And he's not really that type of dude. He don't understand that cloth. So I think,
like, nigga, you ain't, like, first of all, I don't even respect you as a person. Why the fuck would I listen to you? Like, cool. Like, and that's why I'm trying right now. I'm going through the process. That COVID shit backed me up, right? I was supposed to go into a prison. They was just about to let me go into a prison and talk. And then I was going to call right now into going into the youth facilities. You know what I mean? Because if I was a youngster and I came in, I want to hear what this nigga got to say.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? He, like you said, he ain't this stuffy white dude with the button-up shirt and the tie. He looked like somebody I seen in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? He looked like a homie. So listen. And it's made no 916. Thanks right here. On YouTube.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on bro shit. Show some love to bro shit.
I appreciate y'all, man. Tap in, tap out. You know what I mean? We it's about positivity, man. It's about understanding that you don't have to be a sucker to be positive. You know what I mean? You don't have to, it ain't soft to be live a positive life. It ain't. Because I promise you, if a motherfucker run up on me aggressively, he gonna figure out that I'm gonna defend myself. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not running around acting like I'm Billy Badass, but I'm damn sure not you damn sure better bring it if you gonna come try to do something to me.
Something's gonna shake if a nigga run down, but you ain't out here on no super niggas ain't out here on no super tough shit in the camera.
Yeah, come on. That can merit in the East to produce a great revenue stream, huh? Are there any resources in Cali that can mirror in the East to produce a great revenue stream? I don't know what you mean, bro, but get a job. I really don't know what you mean by that question. By what resources you're talking about, but you'd have to break it down a little bit for me. But bottom line is, no matter where you got to start, just start. You know what I mean? If you want to be, hey, look, if you don't want to work for nobody, that's cool. That's cool. I understand that. I understand some people got that entrepreneurial mind. They want to work for themselves. They don't want to take orders. I got you. But what are you doing today to get to that? You need capital. You need something to build up to doing that. You need to be able to pay bills, pay gas, you know what I mean? Pay your cell phone bill. You need to be able to do all this stuff. You need to have money to do all that to get to where you can start your own business or put money into your idea. I'm all for people working for themselves, but what are you doing now to get to that? You know, don't be ashamed. Man, I worked at a gas station for $9 an hour, and that ain't nothing out here. Just to get started, so I have money to get where I want to so I can go to truck driving school and end up being a truck driver. You know, but that costs money. Stuff costs money. I had to live while I was waiting to get to that. You know,
because man, got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not telling people not to be entrepreneurial. Do that, but understand you got to live till there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hell yeah. You always gotta have something going on, like some type of revenue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta have some kind of revenue coming in to get to that. And if it's slow money, it's for show money. I promise you. You know, let's put it this way. I started at $9 an hour. I'm at $30 now. Almost $30 an hour now. So it's like it took me a couple of years to get to that, but now it can't go down no more because now I'm trained. I've been to school. I've done all the stuff I needed to do to get that license to be able to drive like that. You know what I mean? That's get your dough. Get your dough. You gotta have morals and principles, man. You got to. I don't care who you are, but you don't gotta have my morals and principles. Know what your own morals and principles are before you get to talking about it. You know? You're not going to believe in what I believe in because you ain't lived like me. You know, the things that I find sacred and that I find that I got to stand on no matter what, you might think is trivial, but that's okay because you're not me. You know what I mean? Understand what your morals and principles are. You know, you could probably let a man, not you, but whoever's watching, you could probably let a man call you a bitch and be like, oh, you tripping and walk away. If somebody calls me a bitch in my face, I'm slapping them in their mouth. But see, what they don't understand is somebody who don't care about that says, oh, it's just a word, right? But growing up how I grew up and the shit I've been through, that's more than just a word. That's a form of disrespect. You trying to tear me down as a man.
Exactly. Right.
So as a man, I'm forced to show you that I'm not only a man, I'm more of a superior man than you. And that, so yeah, you know, that's just it. That's just understand what your morals and principles are.
Hey, yo, so Seattle, yeah, what he said, the life
of an honest man. That's the difficult part, is the settling for the little, knowing that you could be happy. Nah, but see, you say that, right? But when you had big already and you seen how fast they could take it from you, and then you have nothing, you appreciate when that little builds up to big a whole lot more. You know what I mean? Like now, I got, not to be braggy, but I got everything I need, man. I own my own house. I own my own vehicles, and all new vehicles, not no old shit. I own my own vehicles. I own my own motorcycle. I own my shit, and they can't take it now. Before, they took everything. 25 years ago, they took everything from me. I couldn't do nothing about it because none of it was in my name. It was all bought with illegal money. I couldn't do nothing about it. The stuff I got now, look, I'm in my own studio. Come on, man. Who would have thought some shit like this, bro? I'm not at my house. I'm at my studio. You know, because they can't stop me. They can't stop cats like us, bro. We're going to keep putting out this positive content. And I don't care if I don't get no subscribers. As long as one person on there, like Entertain the God right there, just said right. Right there. One person agreed. That's all I need, bro. That's all I need. One person to understand that we're just trying to preach. I can preach positivity, but understand it comes from a soldier that's been through battle, been to wars.
Right, you gotta tell that part. You gotta tell that part, then get to the part where niggas change. Niggas change their style.
I say that part. I say that part so people can understand. I've been there, bro. I'm not coming from somebody been sitting on the couch watching TV, seeing what happened. I was out there doing it.
Right.
I mean, period. All my life. I ain't never done nothing but be about that life until I got out of prison. And then I decided to start doing the real life, the legal life. And that's been 6 years now.
See, bro, you telling me that's motivation for me, because I've been home like about a year and change, and you saying all of that, it makes me like, oh, all right, so, you know, that's motivation for a nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could do it, bro. You already know, bro. Anything you put your mind to as a man, you can do it. It might be hard. It might take some time. It don't matter what you can do it. Whoever you are, you can do it. Just do it. Stop talking about what you can't do and do it.
That's real shit.
It's that simple. Too many people talk about what they can't do. Oh, I got a criminal record, or oh, these people won't let me. Well, okay, if they won't let me, go around their ass, go under their ass, jump over their ass. You know what I mean? Go through their ass. It don't matter. Can't nobody not let me do shit.
Yeah, that's it right there. Hey, Dogg, 916.
Yeah, that's the channel. Yeah. Salute, Ian. I see you, bro. He already a sub though. We have to set proper expectations for our lives, have long and short-term goals, work towards them, keep working towards them, enjoy the journey, take count when the journey is through. No, wait, hold it. You're right, Brad. But that last part, the journey's never over. The journey is never over. You can't stop until you dead, bro. Because when you stop, you die. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't look at it like I'm working from here. Excuse me. I'm working from here to here. Like when I finally signed the paperwork to buy my house, bro, my wife was like, "You don't seem so excited, right?" I'm like, "Well, we've been waiting for 2 weeks to come sign this paperwork. So I already accomplished this. Now I'm on to what's next. I'm on to what I'm doing next now. Because I already did that. You know what I mean? I understand you got to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yes, you enjoy it. But I enjoy that by coming home to my house every day. That's how I enjoy the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? But I still want to, I work on what's next. Like the studio, this was next after the house. I got the studio. I got the green screen. I'm trying to set it up, be more professional about this shit, right? You know, spend more time editing, and instead of just throwing videos up, I'm editing and trying to make them better for the viewers and the subscribers. I'm trying to invest in my craft so that people will want to invest in me. It's that simple. Even if it's just investing their ear in me. I don't need, even if it's just somebody's, I'm going to go listen to bruh, see what bruh got to say today. I might get a positive jewel today.
It ain't about it. Got to be always about hitting that like button and coming through and giving a nigga a view and listening.
Please do. Yeah, hey, I appreciate it. You're right, Brad. Yeah, that's man. We gotta stay on point, man. Like Stacey Adams, man. We gotta stay on point. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If you saying you fell short, if you fell short of your goal, you quit. You quit. It ain't no falling short because I'm going to keep going until I get to it. I may have fell short on a certain try. I might have had this angle. Okay, I didn't make it this way, so I'm going to go try this way over here then. Because I still got to get to where I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop. If you stop, you stop. Yeah, absolutely. Build your credit. I agree with what dude just said. Slide just said. Build your credit. You gotta have credit, man. I don't care how much money you got under the mattress, bro. You can't buy a house with cash. You can't buy a house.
Dudes be trying to flex. Yeah, I'm getting money. They show their little money. I get bread. Like where that credit at? Where that money in the bank at?
Where your credit line at? Because you can't go drop it. You see a cat on TV roll a stack of cash up his arm, right? You can't drop that. My credit score like 790. That means I can just walk in and sign for a house. Here, it's mine now. Sign for a car. Here, I'll take that one. Come on, man. You got to have good credit, man. Build your credit up while you can. Study it. Find out what it's about. Did you freeze up?
Oh, we back. All right, yeah, we back. Yeah, we freezed up for a little bit.
Find out. Yeah. ICE has a series ready to go on how to build credit. All right, bro. Hey, we've been on here an hour and a half. Hey, I gotta go get into some more shit, bro. Hey, but we definitely gonna tap in again.
Oh, definitely, bro. We're gonna tap in again. I appreciate you pulling up. Salute. You know what I'm saying?
Love, man. I appreciate you, man. Remember, hey, man, Nate Dogg 916 if y'all want to tap in and see my videos, man. And I'm gonna definitely be on brush shit again.
Anytime. It's
Salute.
Life for you. Salute.
All right, bro. 100.
Real dude, man. Hey, yo, shout out to Nate, man. Nate is a real one. Fuck you, bro, man. That was a good, nice, you know what I mean, convo interview. You broke it down. You know what I mean? West Coast state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Word, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the bro too, man. I said, damn. Yeah, bro came popped out and showed love, man. We supposed to do this the other day, but you know, things got nasty. A lot of flagging was involved. Y'all niggas get that likes up too. Hit them like buttons for the kid. Make sure y'all share this, subscribe. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody popping out on the guard. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have other interviews for y'all too, man. We got other things. We're right about the credit. Nah, definitely, man. I've been on that time. Nate Dogg 916. Always respect, man. Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. But I'm gonna sign back in later on, man. You know what I'm saying? Run around, do some things. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, get this video out there, man. This was a good one.